So, imagine you step outside, you look up at the night sky, and you realize there might be city-sized structures just, silently cruising across the lunar surface right now.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We are unpacking this staggering 2025 paper from the National Academy of Sciences of Ukraine. And they claim this isn't science fiction. They actually have the high-speed telescopic video data to back it up.
Yeah, they do, and it is honestly wild to look at. Astronomers basically pointed these highly specialized cameras at the moon, and they recorded over 20 anomalous objects. And the data they got from this, it fundamentally challenges everything we assume about near-Earth space.
Right, because the first category they found were these massive stationary objects near the surface, right?
Exactly, yeah. They call them atmospheric objects in the paper, and they're emitting these incredibly brief, really intense flashes of light. We are talking like 100 to 500 milliseconds long.
Wow, so fast. It's like looking at two lighthouses hundreds of miles apart that are flashing on this exact microsecond timer. That is, to me at least, the most shocking detail from the study.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they observed two of these objects separated by hundreds of kilometers, and they were changing their brightness in perfect synchronization. That requires a shared internal clock, which strongly implies some sort of, highly coordinated network.
It does, and the scale of that network is massive. Because by measuring the brightness against the ambient light of the moon and the sun, they actually calculated the size of these stationary flashers. They're somewhere between 440 and 1,800 meters across.
Wait, so nearly 2-kilometer-wide structures acting like synchronized beacons?
Yeah, pretty much.
But, well, a beacon usually implies navigation, which leads us to the second, and I'd say even more alarming, set of objects they found, the continental ones that are actually moving across the lunar surface.
Right, and the scale here goes from just impressive to truly mind-boggling when we look at these moving targets. They observed disc-shaped objects measuring 25 to 40 kilometers in diameter.
That is just massive.
It is. And even more bizarre are the toroidal, the donut-shaped objects. These toroids are roughly 36 kilometers wide, and they were clocked traveling at a blistering 11 kilometers per second.
Okay, wait, I have to push back on this a little bit, because if there is a 36-kilometer-wide donut flying across the moon, why hasn't everyone with a backyard telescope seen it? 36 kilometers is huge.
It is huge, yeah. But the answer lies in the physics of invisibility. Specifically, an object's albedo, which is just how much light a surface reflects.
Okay, right.
So the researchers found that this torus has an albedo of just 0.061. It basically acts as a black body, so it absorbs almost all the light that hits it.
Which means it just blends perfectly into the darkness of space.
See, our naked eye, absolutely. The astronomers only found them by using really advanced RGB image processing.
Oh, right, by isolating the distinct red, green, and blue color channels in the video feed.
Exactly. The computers can spot the minute, otherwise totally invisible differences between the pitch black of the ship and the pitch black of the vacuum behind it. Without that specialized processing, they are, well, functionally stealth ships.
So if they're acting as black bodies, they'd be absorbing massive amounts of solar radiation, right? But spinning them would distribute that heat almost like a rotisserie. But looking at the data, that rotation solves another major problem too, which is gravity.
Yeah, the data actually confirms these toroidal objects rotate once every 180 seconds.
Wow.
Because the donut is spinning, the centrifugal force pushes anything inside outward against the hull, which simulates gravity. The math on that rotation generates an acceleration of 2,200 centimeters per second squared.
That's intense.
To put it in perspective, that's artificial gravity roughly twice as strong as what we experience right here on Earth.
Which is why the propulsion expert quoted in the paper, Ian Clegg, points out that the physics of a craft moving, spinning, and behaving like this are just completely beyond accepted Earth science. No country on our planet possesses this kind of technology.
No, not even close. Which leads to the paper's ultimate, really paradigm-shifting conclusion. The authors suggest the moon is actively serving as a base for a technologically advanced civilization.
Just a 20-minute flight from Earth, given those blistering speeds.
Exactly. And the paper proposes they are likely the very same UAPs that people are seeing manifest in our own atmosphere.
It completely reframes how you look at our closest cosmic neighbor. Because if 40-kilometer-wide ships with artificial gravity are just seamlessly hiding in plain sight by absorbing light, it begs a much bigger question for you to mull over tonight. Are they silently mining the moon for resources right under our noses? Or is the lunar surface simply a convenient staging ground to observe us?